Right now, breaking news on News Channel 8.
Breaking overnight, a Hillsborough deputy shoots and kills his wife before killing himself, leaving 4 children in turmoil.
So as people wake up, I just ask you to pray for those kids, because it's devastating what happened out here this morning.
Ahead, what we're learning about the children impacted by this terrible tragedy.
And some good news delivered at a Bay Area post office. The resolution reached to help those who get their mail in Arapika.
Plus, we are waking up with Bucks fever this morning to cheer on our team in Monday Night Football. The Fitz magic that we're channeling and the stakes the Bucks face against the Steelers. Well, good morning and welcome to News Channel 8 today. I'm Gail Guayardo.
I'm Avery Cotton, and this morning for Marco. Let's start off with your Monday forecast. And Lee Span, good morning.
Good morning. Well, the magic is with us at least this morning because we have no rainfall right now on Max Defender 8. So what we'll do is use Max Defender 8 in its future radar mode so that you can plan out your Monday, how and when you're going to and where you're going to watch the game tonight. So notice 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock this morning. We're all dry, light breeze out of the east. In fact, it's that breeze out of the east that eventually brings our first few showers into places like Polk and Highlands County in the early afternoon. But notice what happens. Everything continues to migrate closer and closer to the coast as we head into the evening. This is about 6 p.m. and we could see a thunderstorm right over Raymond James Stadium right at the beginning of the game tonight, but then it should clear out. And it's clear for the kids this morning waiting for the bus. 79 degrees, a little on the warm side for this time of the year. Before the storms get to your area, it's going to be hot. 92 today. Now at 6:38, I'll take you through your rain chances specifically for each community and the 8-day temperature trend. Avery and Gail, back to you.
Back now to that breaking news. A Hillsborough County deputy is now suspected of killing his wife, then turning the gun on himself. And this leaves the lives of 4 children in limbo.
The investigation is still underway in the brand new Land O'Lakes subdivision called Bexley Ranch. And News Channel 8's Corey Davis is there live. And Corey, I know you spoke to the sheriff.
Hey, Gail, good morning. Good morning to you, Avery, as well. Everyone, including the sheriff, is just thinking of those 4 kids right now who we're told were inside the house when those shots were fired. Take a look here. It's still fairly active here. Not much has changed over the last few hours here in the 17,000 block of Terrazzo Way. Crime scene tape is still up. Patrol cars lining the road. Take a listen to what the sheriff said not long ago.
Domestic violence is a horrendous act that goes on in every community, and the moment that any individual goes from protecting people to harming people, loses the right, no matter what agency they're with, to call themselves as a law enforcement officer.
And the sheriff also tells us that there is no record of calls to this home before. We're told this all started with an argument that turned deadly. The sheriff says a 14-year-old called 911 while running from the home around midnight. Investigators got here and found the wife dead on the couch and the deputy, the husband, dead upstairs. We're told 3 kids under the ages of 14 were also upstairs, but the sheriff doesn't believe they witnessed anything, thankfully. The sheriff won't tell us right now any possible relation between the kids and the couple as they work to identify the next of kin. They are trying to put the pieces together, trying to figure out exactly why this happened and what led to this violent outcome. We will definitely keep you updated on air and on WFLA.com. Back to you.
And I know some strong words there from the sheriff about domestic violence. All right. Thank you, Corey.
6:33 now. Happening today, we may find a new trial date for the dad accused of throwing his 5-year-old daughter to her death from a bridge in Pinellas County. A status hearing is scheduled for 8:30 this morning in the John Chuck case. Last week, the judge delayed today's trial start over a dispute about a witness and John Chuck's sanity. If convicted, John Chuck faces life in prison without parole for the brutal killing of his daughter Phoebe in 2015. News Channel 8 will be at the hearing, and we will bring you an update in our midday newscast.
All right, it's 6:34 right now. The search is on in Zephyr Hills for a pair of golf cart thieves. Take a good look at these pictures. Police believe these women stole 2 golf carts in the areas of Sleepy Hollow Mobile Home Park and Premier Storage on Lansing Avenue. Some good shots of them there. If you recognize these women, please call police.
This morning, people from a St. Pete neighborhood are worried about a dangerous intersection. This comes after a deadly motor scooter crash. It happened this weekend near 8th Street and 5th Avenue North. Police say the driver of a Volkswagen Jetta ran a red light, hitting that scooter. The impact of the crash threw Valis Oswayne and her passenger, Daniel Foreman, from the scooter. Oswayne died. Neighbors tell us crashes at this intersection are common.
It's like every month I see an accident or I hear one. It's like it could be 4 in the morning, it could be 6 o'clock at night, 10 at night. And plus it's right in front of my house. I'm worried one day a car might come flying. It's kind of worrisome to know that,
And we are checking this morning on charges in connection with this crash.
Well, at 6:35, new hope this morning to keep a Hernando County Community Post Office open. The owner of the building who leases space to the post office in Arapica tells us he will negotiate a new lease. He was threatening not to renew, which would have forced the post office to close on Halloween. Outraged neighbors contacted 8 on Your Side. And since our stories, the owner changed his mind, which means the post office should remain open.
And this morning, a job fair at Tampa International Airport to fill more than 200 positions. The airport is looking for those interested in working at the shops, restaurants, bars, and spas at the airport. The fair gets underway at 10 o'clock and runs until 4 p.m. It's located in the Hillsborough County Aviation Authority boardroom. And 6:36 tonight, the Tampa Bay Bucks will get the national spotlight. The Bucks will host the Pittsburgh Steelers, and fans are hoping the home team can get to 3-0.
Yeah, we are. And one of the reasons the Bucks are in this position is backup QB Ryan Fitzpatrick. Meredith Insulo is here with what he's saying about the so-called Fitz magic.
Well, the question that everyone is asking, of course, is can the Bucks continue to ride Fitz magic as they take on the Steelers, a team that's still looking for its first win? Ryan Fitzpatrick has only one more guaranteed start with the Bucks as Jameis Winston sits out his final game of his suspension. From the beginning of training camp, Fitzpatrick's mission has been to get ready for those first 3 games of the season. Fitz says he enjoyed last week's win and had a good time with the whole Fitz magic thing, but he says he's not caught up in all of the Fitz magic mania like the rest of us. And although his sense of humor started the whole thing, he says he could do without all the shirts and memes.
I'm always a fan of a good T-shirt, just with not my face on it. So, it is what it is. Buffalo is kind of the same way. Everybody liked to pass around the T-shirts and do that deal. We have to keep our eye on what the goal is. The goal is now to go 3-0. Like I said, nobody is going to take these guys lightly.
The question now, if the Bucks win, could the team keep him as QB? According to the Pewter Report, if it's a close game, we could see the Fitz magic continue into Game 4 against Chicago. I think style-wise, we're okay with that.
Well, you know what? No T-shirts, if that's your request. So be it. We won't wear T-shirts.
We'll all stay humble.
Yeah.
We'll all stay humble.
And you know who's at the game tonight?
Who's that?
Who's that?
Flo Rida.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are already dressed.
Getting better.
It's my favorite song.
We know. That's a great song.
I love it. All right, Lee Span's got some Fitz magic. We're going to show you that in just a minute. During halftime tonight, the Bucks will induct former coach Tony Dungy into the Ring of Honor. He coached the Bucks from 1996 to 2001. Dungy led the Bucks to 4 playoff appearances before taking a coaching job in Indianapolis.
Well, there you go. And Lee's got her Fitz magic bling on as well, joining the party here.
I do. I mean, come on. Who doesn't need a couple of really large gold chains? Well, this morning, you will need your oversized aviators once the sun comes up, of course. We've got 74 degrees outside right now. East winds at 3 miles per hour. 90% humidity, but not bad. Here's a look as we go hour by hour through the day. Up to 81 degrees at 9, 86 at 11. 88 at noon. Now keep in mind, 88 is the average high temperature. From here we go up to 92 by 4 p.m. And depending on where you live, your rain chances are a little bit different. Inland areas, Polk and Highlands County, it's about a 20% chance, and it's early in the afternoon. Once the rain starts migrating toward I-75, I-275, and the coastline, the coverage gets a little bit better, and it's a little later in the day, which does mean that the beginning of Monday Night Football, and certainly the possibility while you're tailgating before the game, could have a storm, but the rain will end right as the game is starting, 84 degrees at that point. Busy in the tropics now, a wave that has a 40% chance of developing, subtropical storm Leslie, tropical depression Kirk, none of them really affecting us. In fact, we're just going to stay hot and more hot. The temperatures in the low 90s for the next 8 days. Meredith, got your magic going?
You know what? I've worked my magic sensors on the roads and can now show you, well, it's slow. On 275 out of North Tampa, westbound I-4, getting busy southbound 75. So let's get right over to your drive times, because that's the most important thing. 275, Beerson to downtown, now 17 minutes. I-4 from 75 into downtown, an 11-minute trip. So a minor delay there. Still looks okay on the Veterans Expressway, as well as the Selman lower level right now, westbound from I-75 into downtown, just 8 minutes. Ladies, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Mayor. Well, time right now is 6:40, and a Tampa woman is trying to track down the people in these photos. Jamie Rock found the photo album on the side of the road on the corner of Tarpon Avenue and East Lake Road in Tarpon Springs. She says it was in a bag full of games. If it's yours, Rock wants to get it back to you. We have her contact information on our website, but that's a nice gesture, because I'm sure those pictures are very meaningful for someone. Well, flying is stressful enough as it is, but Washington may actually do something to help it make it a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, coming up next, the new rules lawmakers are considering to give you a little bit more room to stretch out and enjoy while flying.
Oh, yes. And the Tiger effect is back. How he managed to score his first big tournament win in years. That's coming up. Time right now, 6:41, and you're watching News Channel 8 today. It's 6:44 and an 8 on your side. Consumer Watch, your next flight out of Tampa Bay could come with a little less stress thanks to lawmakers in Washington. This week, they'll propose new regulations setting minimum legroom requirements for airlines and no more getting bumped off flights at the last second. The legislation would stop that from happening to passengers who have already boarded a flight.
Would you hear that? The roar? This morning, Tiger Woods back on top.
This is good stuff. He grabbed his 80th PGA Tour victory Sunday and his first win in 5 years. Fans swarmed Tiger on the 18th hole, ready for his comeback after a number of back injuries and scandals throughout his career, but no one was more ready for this than Tiger himself.
Just be able to play golf again and enjoy being with my kids and living that life. And then, lo and behold, I'm able to do this and, win a golf tournament.
Tiger, look at him.
Tiger finished 11 under in Atlanta, winning the tour by 2 strokes. And what a sight to see all those fans swarming the links and just the look on his face, like finally he is back on top.
Good for him. Happy for him.
Well, USF's football team did more than beat East Carolina 20-13 this weekend. The team logged its 150th win. According to USF, the Bulls did it faster than any other college football team in the state. We got a lot of Bulls in here throwing up the horns. Next up, the Bulls travel to UMass this Saturday.
And scientists are doing more to help protect baby sea turtles, and it looks like coastal areas right here in Tampa Bay are ahead of the curve. Most cities along the Gulf already require ambient lighting at homes and businesses near the beach. Well, for those that don't, the FWC is using penalty money from the BP oil spill to replace lighting and get those turtles moving in the right direction.
Many of them go the wrong way, end up in parking lots and pools and in harm's way.
90% of America's sea turtles nest on Florida beaches.
A little something to make you smile on this Monday morning. Check out this guy. This is a little peekaboo loggerhead sea turtle at the Florida Aquarium. Getting in his camera time. You work it, boy. He was caught playing peekaboo. The turtle is one of 2 rescued sea turtles now living in the Heart of the Sea exhibit, which opens, by the way, on October 6th. But this little guy is already stealing the show.
Oh, he is so cute. Best video of the morning.
It's the best. Well, this week, some Bay Area preschoolers will get to work on an important project for the holidays.
They are going to test out some toys parents might find on their child's Christmas wish list. Our Ryan Hughes is at the Goddard School in Lithia, where this important toy testing is taking place. Good morning, Ryan.
Hey ladies, good morning to you. Imagine this, you are 3 or 4 years old and you get this, an assignment of a lifetime. Not one, but 2 tables of toys. And today, students here at the Goddard School in Lithia will have the opportunity to put their creativity to work trying to figure out some of these toys. They'll also determine what toys here are the best. And take a look at this. We're going way back in time with a Light-Bright. So coming up at 7 over on WTTA, I'll tell you what happens when the students here pick out what they think are the best toys just before the holiday season.
I cannot believe Light-Bright is back.
I know,
That's amazing.
Awesome. I was this close to buying it for my nephew for his birthday because I was like, oh, that was my favorite.
That in Operation, remember that one?
Operation. Yeah. I like all the tiny little, all the tiny pieces that we're giving the children these days. Right. Oh, we're just fine, right? After playing with
After all those years.
Sure. All right, 6:48 this morning. Let me tell you. It was a hot day yesterday. We came pretty close to a record. We actually hit 93. The record was 94, but get this, that record was just set last year. So I guess we should be getting used to this. Max Defender 8 is dry, so no worries there. In fact, we're just starting to see the sky brighten as we wait on the sunrise. Here's a live look from a cloud-free Lakewood and Lakewood Ranch, 76 degrees there. We got the sun officially rising at 7:20 and then officially setting at 7:24. So we're getting shorter and shorter days as it's technically now fall, even though it feels very summer-like. 79 degrees at 8 a.m., all the way up at 88 by noon. And that's the average high temperature before we hit 92 at 4 p.m. The downpours develop with the heaviest storms near the coast. Right now in Plant City, you're 75, 75 in Clearwater, Apollo Beach 79, Tampa also 79, got that mostly clear sky. Winds out of the east today, so notice the first few showers will be in inland areas. Above average heat, and then the storms work their way toward the coast, which means that there could be an evening storm for your dinner plans. Maybe you are heading out to tailgate for the Bucks, but after sunset, basically, the rain will taper off. And then we just basically do it all again tomorrow. Not many clouds, warm in the morning, 30% chance of some heavy downpours making their way toward the coast tomorrow as well. Both 30% rain chances, both with highs near 92. For Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the weekend, rain chances come down slightly, but highs stay in the low 90s. Meredith, how's traffic on the 8s?
Well, we do have a crash reported now in Brandon Boulevard at Lakewood Drive. No initial report of any roadblock. I don't see delays there. It is getting heavy on northbound 75 through the Brandon area. Also southbound 75 sluggish approaching I-4. Delays here on southbound 275 as well. It's also heavy along I-4 in Hillsborough County from the western end of the Polk Parkway in Polk County in through McIntosh. You're looking at 17 minutes right now, so sluggish there. Another 5 minutes gets you to 75, and then from 75 to downtown, that's a 12-minute trip. 275, it's our usual trouble spot in the morning. Right now, we're averaging 18 minutes from Bears into downtown. Ladies, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Mayor. Well, what you need to know before you walk out the door is next.
Then turn it over to our sister station, Great 38, for 20 minutes straight of local news, weather, and traffic, including
a threat toward high school homecoming dance right here in the Bay Area. Why police believe a 19-year-old threatened to shoot up a Sarasota high school.
For that story and more, turn to WTTA in less than 10 minutes. The channels are on your screen right now.
News to Go is sponsored by Rooms to Go. Beautiful furniture, fast delivery.
Welcome back at 6:54. Breaking overnight, a Hillsborough County deputy is accused of killing his wife, then killing himself.
It all happened while 4 children were inside the Land O'Lakes home. It all played out in the Bexley Ranch neighborhood at around midnight. Investigators believe the deputy and his wife were arguing at the time of the shooting. 4 children were inside, but were told they did not witness the shooting. At this time, investigators are not identifying the deputy. 8 on Your Side will stay on top of the story and bring you updates on air and online.
Today, a new trial date may be chosen for John Johnchuk. He's the dad accused of throwing his 5-year-old daughter Phoebe from the Dick Meisner Bridge in 2015. That trial was supposed to start today, but a disagreement over a witness prompted the judge to delay jury selection. The judge could set a new date during a status hearing this morning.
Well, this morning, a 19-year-old is accused of threatening to shoot up a Northport High School homecoming dance. Police tell us Anthony Grimaldi sent a text to his ex-girlfriend threatening to open fire at this coming Saturday event if she danced with other boys. Grimaldi is also accused of sending a threat through Instagram.
This morning, an investigation into a break-in at a Lutz hobby store. Overnight, a burglar smashed through the front door at Daniel's Hobbies. Deputies hope to look at surveillance video to see if it contains any clues in the case. The store's website indicates that the store sells RC boats, model trains, and other items.
Tonight, the Bucks take on the Steelers in Monday Night Football at Raymond James Stadium. Tampa Bay is 2-0 for the season for the first time in 8 years. Tonight's kickoff is set for 8:15.
Oh, it's going to be so exciting. All right, national spotlight on us, and at least the weather this morning's looking nice with Max Defender 8 scanning the skies this morning. And look at this. Absolute magic when we look at the Tico Solar Array in Apollo Beach with the sun beginning to creep near the horizon. Still about 25 minutes before the sun actually rises, though. 76 degrees at that location. We will warm up, and we will warm up very quickly. We already make it to 88 at noon, and the afternoon high of 92 happens around 4 p.m. The sun sets at 7:24, so the storms go up to about a 30% rain chance right at that time, right around sunset. So if there's any rain while you're tailgating before the Bucks game, it should ease off after the game starts. We bring back a 30% rain chance tomorrow, 20% the rest of the week.
We have an accident in Oldsmar at East Lake and Boot Ranch, and just got a report of a crash a little bit to the west at US 19 and Tampa Road in Palm Harbor. Already getting very busy in that area. In Brandon, look out for an accident, Brandon Boulevard at Lakewood Drive. Otherwise, interstates are accident-free, but of course not without your delays. Southbound Memorial approaching 275, heavy there, also heavy on 275, westbound I-4, and of course on 75 through Brandon and southbound at I-4. The usual stuff there.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Meredith.
Sure.
And thank you so much for joining us this morning.
The Today Show is next, and we also have another 2 hours of local news, weather, and traffic on our sister station, Great 38.
We begin with 20 minutes commercial-free, and this morning, a Bay Area school where some students will test out toys. We are live with a look at this local toy test and the toys these kids are putting to the test.
This all starts in about 2 minutes from now, so switch on over.